That all men are brothers. Prophecy. We come like blood brothers. Word is born. Cause blood is thicker than water. A alike. From the misty grounds. From the unknown. The shadows. The deep. Together. The darkness. Triple dark. Grave. Niggas. My blood brother. I grew up in the violent island of Shaolin. 55 and 6'4" Tim Thor. When Jackpot Watt was hot, I was not a rusty ass child with tears and snot.
What's up, peeps? Jonah Williams here at the distance. Got a video for you guys. This is a prediction for the upcoming bout between Danny Garcia and Erik Morales. Bout takes place for the WBC Light Welterweight Championship on HBO on March the 24th. Puts together the challenger and young contender Danny Garcia versus the champion and veteran Erik Morales. As you can tell from the opening, it's youth versus experience. Erik Morales is about, I want to say he's about 35, 36 years old now. One of the older champions in the sport, but has pretty much fought this kind of fight throughout his career. And there's nothing that Morales has not seen yet in his career. So now he's facing another young fighter. Cano was a young fighter that did give him, some trouble early on in the fight. But, he was able to bang him up and cut him and dissect the young prospect Cano. And before that was Marcos Maidana. Against Marcos Maidana, he came in and a lot of people didn't think Morales had much of a chance, including myself. And he was able to kind of outwit and outsmart Marcos Maidana. Used little tricks that he learned throughout his career against him. Kind of turning his body, not catching the shots, catching the full force of the shots that Maidana was throwing at him, and was able to counter and land some shots on Maidana. And other than that, he didn't look too good against in other fights, Alfaro and against Willie Lyman, when he hit him with that one shot to the body and it set up the knockout. And then Alfaro was a fight he was getting rounds. So, but overall, since his comeback, he hasn't looked as sharp as he used to look. He's not really at his weight, but pretty much a couple years ago he gained a lot of weight, and this was in 140 is the weight that he can come down to. So, pretty much in this fight, what Morales wants to do against Garcia is he wants to look to land the right hand. As you can tell in the last fight, he's very dependent on that right hand lead shot that actually hurts opponents, which he was able to land on Cano. And he's going to have to land it against Garcia and find a way to land it. And more than likely, the way to land it in this fight is being that Garcia can be a counter puncher, and he counters very well, and he does anticipate blocking the counter shot. What he has to do is he has to feint in this fight, make Garcia kind of commit to that feint, and throw the lead right hand over the top of Garcia's guard, and also look to try to counter Garcia's shots, look to counter his jab with the left hook, look to just continue to land the right hand, follow up his right hand, double the right hand, because Garcia has trouble defending himself from the right hand. He's left hand dominant. He's looking, pretty much he's never really looking for the right hand. He's looking to land the left. But also he tries to block with the right hand, and sometimes he doesn't get it there in time, especially like in later rounds. Like, he's sharp and pinpoint in the early rounds, but like in the later rounds he's not really thinking about defense. He's looking, when you hit him, he's looking to throw back. So I think that the main objective for Morales in this fight is try to execute, land first, look to kind of cut off that ring against him, look to try to counter his jab, look to try to cut Garcia, and also look for a shot that he does want to look for. He does want to look pretty much for the right cross through his guard. That's going to be a shot that's going to be hard for him to kind of throw, but if he kind of gets him through that guard, that's going to set up his left hook, and then another right hand. That's going to set up harder shots later on throughout the fight. On the other hand, you have Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, as I mentioned, is a left-hand dominant fighter. He's left-hand dominant. Pretty much everything he does is dictated off his jab. He throws a good left jab. He throws a good counter left hook. Good left hook to the body. He does think about the body when he's fighting. He stands in front of his opponent. He's always in front of his opponent. He always knows where he is in the ring. So in this fight, pretty much what he has to do is he has to go in and he has to let his hands go and outwork Morales in spurts. Look to kind of set him up in specific spots in the ring and just let his hands go. 3-punch combinations, step back, jab. Get him to another spot in the ring, 3-punch combination, step back, jab. Keep Morales on the outside. Make Morales try to come in and try to work and try to throw a single shot against him. The combination punches that Garcia throws are going to look much better than the single shots that Morales will throw. Like pretty much what he wants to do is he wants to go in the early rounds and just work Morales, and work and work and work throughout this whole entire fight. He has to let his hands go. He has to, but the problem is he does square up, and he does get hit from time to time. But I just think that the main objective is to go to the body early, let the hands go, work in spurts, and when he's getting on the outside, jab him on the outside, keep him at the end of that, and I think he can win the fight. Pretty much what we have in this fight, we have a young fighter and an older fighter. What Garcia has as an advantage is he's younger. He's gonna be more crisp. He's gonna be faster. He's gonna be stronger, and so because he has that youth on his side. But I think that Morales, on the other hand, has seen things that Garcia has not seen yet, and lost more in his career than Garcia has learned. But on the other hand, I just think that, believe it or not, I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I think that Garcia is probably gonna go in and possibly outwork Morales in this fight. And those body shots that he throws is gonna be a main weapon. Being that Morales has just had surgery on that gallbladder a couple months ago, I think going to the body is going to be beneficial for Garcia. And I think he's going to go to the body. He throws lefts and rights to the body. He throws body shots. He'll throw combinations, and he will get rounds in the bag very early. So I just think that if Morales doesn't knock out Garcia, I think Garcia will take a decision in this fight, believe it or not. So I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm going to go with Danny Garcia winning this fight by a very close decision. And I'm not even going to count Morales out, because Morales has the ability to hurt Garcia. He has the ability to hurt him, and as I mentioned, he has experience on his side. I think Morales could possibly even knock out Garcia later in the fight. But my prediction, I'm going to go with Danny Garcia getting the decision. So anyway, peeps, that was the distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Louder!